Hi everyone, it's me Darlene. It is time for a YouTube earnings update. We will be doing the update for the first 2 weeks of September 2017. If you are new to this series, I have been doing it for like almost a year and a half now, around there somewhere. Twice a month I give you an update as to what my YouTube stats are, just so you can get a realistic view of what it's like to make money on YouTube with your videos. Try to throw some tips in there along the way, things that I've learned. As a reminder, I do this full-time, and you will see that it is not full-time pay, not full-time pay by far, but there is growth if you stick with it. So that was the whole reason I started this, just to see if I stuck with it, could I make it work, and that's what I'm still doing. Before I get into the stats, a big change that I made yet again. I did it before, but before I did it, just like spur of the moment and turned them back on. I'm talking about comments. I did that, I don't know, maybe months ago. I just, got so fed up with comments that I shut them off, but then I put them back on like maybe 2 days later. And every now and then, since then, I will sometimes have a video that I'll just turn comments off on that video. But for those of you who watch my other videos, you know that comments and I do not mix. I don't like anything to do with the social aspect of this job, which is ironic because it requires so much of that. Or does it? See, I'm really ready to test it and see if somebody can make a go of a YouTube channel and be as least social as possible. For whatever reasons, my anxiety just doesn't let me enjoy anything like that. I don't enjoy good comments. I kind of enjoy the bad ones. The thing I'm going to miss the most is my replies, but I guess I can live without that. So for now, all comments are off my channel. I do have a Peanut Gallery Facebook group. I know not everybody does Facebook, but if you do, you can always join that group if you want to keep in touch or whatever, but I'm telling you, trolls don't survive in that group. So if you think you're just going there and you're going to hate on me, it's not going to last. I'm trying to keep that group as safe of a place as possible, but I do give you guys updates, like what I'm planning on doing that day. If I'm going to skip a video, I would let you guys know in that group, things like that. So you are more than welcome to join. The link is in the description box down below. Here's my plan with the comments though. Since I just turned those off like 1 day ago, and since we're in the middle of the month for YouTube stats, I am going to go ahead and try really hard to leave those comments off for 2 weeks, and we'll just see what happens to the second 2 weeks of September for me. Usually the middle of the month I start to go up for the last 2 weeks. If I don't, then I'll probably, have an idea that maybe comments are hurting my channel by having comments off. I don't think comments being off hurt the earnings, but what I think might happen is YouTube will see that engagement stopped, so they might not promote my videos as much. That's what I'm thinking might happen. Obviously, if they don't put my videos out there, I won't have any more spikes. So I am going to keep an eye on it. My plan is, if I feel that it's hurting my channel to have comments completely disabled, I will turn them back on. I will still let them go to review, and I'm just going to ignore them. The people watching this video will know that if I do that, and if you leave a comment, you will see your comment as though it went live. But it will be hidden from everyone else if I have it in review. Nobody will be able to see it unless I make it go live. You will be able to see it as long as you're logged into your account. So if you were to log out, you would look under that video and you would see no comments, not even yours. That does, I believe, count for engagement because it does add up those comments. YouTube doesn't seem to care that the comments are stuck in the review folder and that they're not pushed out there as, you know, right there on the site for all eyes to see. So that's another option that I can try if this doesn't work. But if this works for me, I'm good with not having any comments on. I know that no tipsters would suggest turning off comments, but I wonder how many have ever tried it. I don't think anyone who is a YouTube tipster would try that. I do see some channels without comments, and you know, it's like everybody has the right to run their channel their own way, and if I think comments off is better for me, then that's what I'm going with. I'm telling you, it feels so good. And answering comments can become a part-time job, especially when you get invested in them. You know, I even used to do videos about comments and all that. It was just too much of all the comments. So I'm just giving this a try, just letting you know that this is what's going on, so you won't be able to leave a comment on this video unless you're watching it in the future when I have turned comments back on, if I have. And I know some of you only comment on these, so I'll just say hi to you now, because you won't be able to comment, and just, you know, I think you'll understand. Those of you who know me, you'll understand. Those of you who don't understand, I'm not responsible for that. You'll just have to go on not understanding. So let's get into the stats. September. We will be comparing to the first 2 weeks of August, and I don't do comparisons from years ago, mid-month, but I will be doing the comparison to my very first September on YouTube 3 years ago. When I do the full month of September stats, I will be letting you know what my very first month looked like. I haven't even really looked at any of that, so I'm anxious to see too. I will still compare with other years, but probably just like earnings and number of subscribers, something like that. We'll just make the stats really short and sweet, and then we can focus a little bit more like my very first month. So, videos. In August, for the first 2 weeks, I uploaded 26 videos. For September, first 2 weeks, I uploaded 23. Subscribers. Now, let's talk for a second about subscribers, because I did a video that I believe I uploaded on September 10, and it kind of was like mostly seen on September 11, and that is one that I really expected to lose a ton of subscribers on. I did lose some, but not like I thought. I mean, I thought I'd lose like 1,000. It's going to sound like my subs are much lower, but you'll have to remember that in August, I had a nice spike, and that spike started to come down, and it just kind of flatlined a little bit, and then I had that dip with that video, and they're just going back up. So the lower number of subscribers has nothing to do with that one video, and I can show you that when we go into the analytics. I'll show you the subscriber line. You know, it took a little dip, and that was it, and now I'll probably have another dip because I have another video that is losing subscribers, but it's all in a day's work. I can deal with it, and you know that the ones that are leaving are not the kind that I'd want on my channel anyway, so goodbye. So August, in the first 2 weeks, I had 2,150 subscribers. August was kick-ass with subscribers. Remember, the whole month I had 6,063. It was a big spike that I got, and it was fun. Lasted, like, I don't know, 7 or 9 days, something like that. And September, so far my subscribers for the first 2 weeks, I got 1,604 new subscribers. And that gives me a total of 28,042 subscribers to date. Views for August, for the first 2 weeks, I had 188,145 views. For September, I had 242,299 views. Watch time for August, 1,314,543 minutes of watch time. For September, 1,838,980 minutes of watch time. So those numbers are all up, which is pretty cool. My retention for the first 2 weeks of August was 44%, and for September, 46%. Gender, we lost some more boys. Actually, the gender is the same as it was for the full month of August, but for the first 2 weeks of August, we had 15% boys, 85% girls. For the first 2 weeks of September, we have 13% boys and 87% girls. Shares are looking just about the same. For August, 1,405 shares, and for September, 1,413 shares. My end screen dropped. I think that's about the only thing that dropped. I was at 3.06%. That's 3.06% of the elements that showed on my end screen actually got clicked. That dropped to 2.87. I'm still happy with that. My traffic sources, suggested videos, 58% for both months. And the browse feature for August was 23% and 21% now for September. But I did notice that my videos in playlists was now the fourth highest and fourth place for traffic source. So it does pay off to have your video appear in other people's playlists. And that's what's coming up next. Playlists. People can start playlists and they can add your videos to a playlist. And those playlists are public and can be found in searches unless for whatever reason they have it as private. So last month for the first 2 weeks, my videos appeared in 4,525 playlists. And now that is down a little bit. It's 4,153 playlists. Now, some people use a playlist just as a temporary holding place to put videos that they want to watch later. There is a watch later feature, but some people just do that, and then once they watch it, they just take it out of the playlist. So videos are in and out of playlists all the time. But it is pretty cool to see if your videos are in playlists, and you might want to go look in the analytics to see if your videos are being captured by others. Revenue. Last month was my highest to date. I came in for the full month at $1,377.25. And I was hoping I would not drop down below, below 800, because I had a spike, and then the spike, we always go down, and I didn't want to go way down. I kind of in my head was hoping that I really wouldn't drop down below 1,000, but I didn't want to wish for that because that spike was like so steep, and I was like, I'm not going to hang out there for long. First 2 weeks of August, though, I was at $482.23. So you can see that the second 2 weeks of August really kicked ass for me. However, I'm doing pretty damned good for the first 2 weeks of September. Instead of 482.23, I'm at 710.47. So I'm already there, and we're only halfway through the month. However, we do have this next 2 weeks that's going to be tricky, because I have pumped out a couple of videos that really rocked the house. Subscribers did leave. Others are probably, leaving or not watching as much. So I don't really know what I can do to, make any quick repairs. I don't even care to. Things will settle down and, find their own way. But then I do have the issue of having comments turned off. And I don't know how that's going to affect me too. So it'll be very interesting to watch the next 2 weeks. I really think that I'm not going to have any kind of a spike, because I do think the comments are going to hurt that. And I think that there's still going to be a lot of people catching those videos. And if you're wondering which ones, it's one with the hurricanes, prayer, and God. And what's the other one? I just did it like a couple of days ago. Up Close and Personal, I think, is in the title. So if you want to dislike me also, you can go watch those. But I'm feeling much better about the comment decision, and I have to feel better or I'm not going to be able to continue this. And I'll be making some other changes too, but I'm not going to talk about that on this video because it has nothing to do with stats and stuff. So let's do the countries. I had a total of 194 countries watch my videos. US, UK, Canada are always my top three. 70% of the watch time is from US, 8.9% UK, 6.1% Canada, 2.6% Australia, 1.0% India, 1.0% Germany, 0.6% New Zealand, Sweden, 0.5%, South Africa, 0.5%, Netherlands, 0.5%, and I'm giving a shout out to Ireland as an honorable mention because they came in 11th place with 0.4%. I don't know if I see Ireland too much, so we're going to say hi to Ireland. My bottom 5 countries are 5th from last, Cuba. I can pronounce that. 4th from last, Uganda. I like that. 3rd from last, now obviously it can't be to go, so maybe Togo. I'm going with Togo, T-O-G-O. 2nd from last, French Guiana. I don't know. I'm not going to repeat myself as I do that all the time. Oh, this now, did I leave it somewhere so I can, oh, I do have it there. Because I don't know what I wrote. Last place, M-O-N-T, I'm guessing the T is silent. Montserrat, I don't know, something like that. Those countries watched anywhere from 3 to 10 seconds of my videos, so thank you for those seconds of time that you spent with me. My states, top 5 states are, first place, what the hell? I was like, what state is C-H? No, C-A. California, 9.4% of the watch time. Texas, 7.3%. Ohio, 4.4%. New York, 4.4%. No, 4.0%. Michigan, 4.0%. Maine came in 12th place. That's my home state. And my bottom 5 states are Delaware, South Dakota, Wyoming, Vermont, and Alaska. And they watched anywhere from 8 to 10 minutes of my videos per state. So that's pretty good. All right, let's just go look at the stats. And what did I say I was going to show you? Oh, I'll show you my subscriber line.
First, let's just look at the earnings. You can see we're looking at September 1st through the 15th. And the earnings are right there, $710.47. You can see that, you know, it's pretty steady, nothing exciting going on. I did have some days in the $30, but I think the first 2 weeks of August, I had quite a few days in the $20. So I don't think I had any in the 20, so that's pretty good. My highest was, 61. I did hit that, and 55. So, like I said, a very good first 2 weeks. So we'll just see what happens for the second 2 weeks. I hope it doesn't go down, but you never know. I'm taking a chance. You know, and even if I learn that it's hurting my channel, it might be a decision that I just have to stand by for my mental health. Okay, let's go down and see what's been doing all this. No surprise, it's the glass pendants still in the lead. Quilt As You Go with sashing is up there. A lot of my crumb quilt is still in the top. And here is one of the videos right here that I know made me lose some subscribers. That's the one I was telling you about, the hurricanes and prayers and stuff. And it was still a double-digit earner. You know, not a lot, but you can see a lot of these videos are, you know, kind of in that range. So I'm glad to see it made it at least to there. The other one that I just did isn't in these stats yet because I think it was just yesterday. I'm going to just let you study this for a little bit. I'm not going to go to the next page. I don't think that anybody really cares to see the next page, but let's go down. Pause if you want to study anything. And now let's go over to the subscriber stats. Okay, right now we're looking at the first 2 weeks of September, and you might think, whoa, holy shit, look at that. She lost all those subscribers. This is when the video was uploaded, but it was at night, my time. So this is the day that most people watched it. And yes, down to 31 net subscribers. Now, you have to remember that I wasn't getting 300 per day like I was in August. You can see that my line really had started to go down. I was, in the low, mid 100s, and then 97, 98. I really was going down anyway after that spike, and then, it just went down from when I uploaded, and then when I, had a lot of people watching, and then it just started to go back up again. And, it's going down a little tiny bit. And I believe it is, the 16th that other video came out. And so we'll have to, again, take a look. But let's go compare that with, like from the beginning of August. So you can see that spike. See, this is the spike that I was talking about. That's what got me all those subscribers. I was getting, over 300 per day, close to 300, over 300, over 300. So that's how I ended up with, I was going to say not that many, no, but that's including part of September. But I had gotten over 6,000 subscribers. So you can see all by itself with no controversial videos, it was going down, 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 and then this is when that video came out. So that video, I don't consider that having hurt me really at all. And that was, again, very interesting to see, so I liked that. I guess that's about all I'm going to show you here, so let's go back to the camera.
That's really all I have for you right now. If I needed to give any kind of a pep talk, which is a pep talk that I actually needed from one of my friends, Cassandra, hi Cassandra, who reminded me that I am the one who does say to others, it's your channel, do what you want. And I have a hard time taking my own advice sometimes because it is, it can be kind of scary, and I second guess everything I do. In every aspect of life, certainly not just on YouTube. I can't decide what fucking spoon to use, everything is a difficult decision for me because it's just the way I am. And it's going to obviously be like that in something like YouTube too, but I'm making my way, and I am taking my own advice that I have to do things a way that keeps me enjoying what I do. I do enjoy what I do. I don't enjoy what it causes. I don't enjoy the after the fact at all. I'm not a chit-chatty kind of person. That's why I don't like comments. I tell people all the time, I'm the kind of person who waits for neighbors to go away before I step out of the house to get in my car. Just don't like that stuff. I don't like, hi, how are you doing? It's like, it's just not my thing. And that's what comments mostly are. They're, oh, I really loved this. I mean, how many times can I say thank you? It just sounds so mundane. I don't know. It's just not my cup of tea. So I am going to make changes, and I may find that even though it hurts me in one way, it might make me feel so much better in another way, that good feeling will overflow into other ways to be successful. I don't know, but I'm just going with it. I have faith that I will keep this boat afloat, and we can do it. So thank you so much for watching. For those of you who continue to hang out with me, I appreciate it very much, and I'll be back with more soon. Bye.